In the sweepingly epic, monumentally complex, and breathlessly anticipated high fantasy masterpiece, Wind and Truth, #1 New York Times best-selling world builder Brandon Sanderson delivers the explosive, tour de force culmination to the first five-book arc of the Stormlight Archive. The novel masterfully utilizes a 10-day countdown and cosmic stakes framework, condensing a sprawling multi-continent war down to an agonizing, tight chronological timeline. Following the shocking ascension of the brilliantly ruthless Taravangian to the divine vessel of Odium, the human coalition and the Knights Radiant are left with mere 10 days to prepare for a definitive contest of champions. The narrative fractures into high-stakes parallel operations worldwide, tracking Kaladin Stormblessed and the former assassin Szeth Sun Valignano on a treacherous pilgrimage to the isolated nation of Shinovar to confront the delusional corrupted herald Ishar, while Shallan Devar, Renarin, and Relaine desperately trace the spiritual prison of the unmade Ba-Ado Mishram to heal the shattered bond of the world's Deadeye Spren. Sanderson's signature prose is uniquely kinetic, structurally meticulous, and deeply empathetic, balancing massive, earth-shaking magical systems with intense, raw examinations of psychological trauma and personal recovery. The narrative employs a relentless clock-stopping multi-viewpoint structure, moving between the political standoffs managed by Jasna in Thelena, Adelin's desperate defense of the besieged throne room of Ozimir, and Dalinar and Navani's hazardous mental excursions into the spiritual realm to uncover the primordial history of honor and humanity's arrival on Roshar. Sanderson expertly weaponizes the unforgiving deadline and cycle-breaking formulas, building a symphonic, staggering momentum as ancient historical secrets dismantle long-standing ideologies. Far from a simplistic good versus evil fantasy battle, Wind and Truth functions as a monumental study on the weight of legacy, the limits of utilitarian morality, and whether broken people can reconstruct themselves when their entire world is collapsing around them. The audiobook format, narrated by the legendary dual powerhouse team of Michael Kramer and Kate Redding, is an absolute masterpiece of performance art, capturing Sanderson's staggering 491,000-word milestone with extraordinary stamina and nuance. The vocal execution masterfully anchors the narrative's changing frequencies, perfectly delivering the deep, resonant gravity of Dalinar's final internal realizations, the sharp, rapid-fire intellectual plotting of Taravangian's new divine awareness, and the breathless, tear-streaked weight of Kaladin speaking a new, transformative ideal. The superb auditory pacing turns complex metaphysical rules, multi-front military sieges, and earth-shattering Cosmere lore drops into an exceptionally addictive audio binge that flows magnificently through headphones. It is a mandatory listen for fantasy purists who crave the sweeping, interconnected grand design of Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time, matched with the complex, emotionally resonant character arcs of Steven Erikson. By the time the final act permanently shatters the ancient Oath Pact and reshapes the fate of the universe, you will realize that Wind and Truth is an untouchable triumph, a brilliant, storm-shattered monument of epic fantasy storytelling.